I'm thinking here comes Saraya. And I'm like, okay, we're in England, the Knight family. She comes out with her entire family, or 7 or 8 of them. They started appearing. There were more every time you looked. And old Harley, don't call me Dave Cameron was with her. But I'm thinking, okay, we're in England. This is the former Page. This is the Knight family. Certainly they're going to be well received. And she got a smattering of applause. And then Harley did a heel promo. And then Saraya did a heel promo. And I'm thinking, why are they turning the people on Saraya, who at one point was a big acquisition? Remember them days? On the pre-show in her hometown. Why? Why, I say? Answer me.
I don't know exactly. Seemingly every member of her family and girlfriends too, I'm guessing, or wives or whatever. I mean, everyone was out there. I've never seen an entourage like this. It was like the Hart family on steroids.
Yeah,
or booze.
Or something.
Yeah.
And so she's doing the heel promo. Last year I won the title here. This year I'm not even on the show. Well, you're out there in the ring, so technically you're on the show, but I know what we mean. And I'm thinking, is this Mercedes' future? The fanfare, the big signing, the game changer, and now, yeah, send her out on a pre-show.
Yeah, you know what the difference is, though? Mercedes can control her creative more than Saraya ever did. Not to say that her creative would have been any different, but Mercedes at least has control.
She can get more of it. It might not be better, but she can have more of it.
Yeah.
And then they played the music, and out came, after almost a year, right? Out came Jamie Hayter, dressed somehow as a female Ronald McDonald. I don't know what, but they brought Jamie Hayter back on the pre-show? What? And she beat up all the family, female and male.
Oh, she threw one guy into the steps.
Yes.
It looked good.
I bet it didn't feel good. And then Saraya's mother hit her from behind, and Jamie turned around and snatched her. And then as she was going to nail the mother, Saraya came and hit Jamie Hayter from behind, but Jamie didn't sell it because she just leveled Saraya's mother. And then turned around and did the big drawback, why I oughta. And Saraya rolled out. But, yeah. So, and then finally, Jamie clotheslined Harley and they popped. But why in the pre-show just because you're just going to do it? Why not on national TV with a big, some kind of fanfare otherwise than you just attacked the woman who's bitching that she was in a title match last year and this year she's not even on the show. And you attacked her on the pre-show. So how important does that make you?
And by the way, it's the opposite with Jamie Hayter. She wasn't on the show at all last year. She was hurt. And that was going to be her big thing. You know, she's from England. She would have been on the Wembley show. She wasn't. Then we recently heard that her and Britt Baker aren't going to be working together because of personal issues.
Oh, I thought all the personal issues stopped when they got the cancer out of the patient.
Well, he wasn't in the women's locker room. Well, maybe he was, actually. I don't know. But, you know, they said he was giving them all gift cards. So maybe he was aware of this. Yeah. I don't know. But my point before you...
Before I interrupted you was it was going to be her moment last year.
It should have been. And now she's back. And, you know, for all the problems with the AEW women's division, and Saraya, by and large, has not been a net positive. And Mercedes Monet's stuff is just not connecting.
It's a net not.
And I think more people are noticing deficiencies with Britt Baker. I mean, just there's a lot of things that are wrong. If you want to look for positives, you know, there are various things. Anna Jay over in Japan right now. And Jamie Hayter returning. Jamie Hayter is WWE quality. And I know some AEW fans may get upset by that kind of comment, but Jamie Hayter is really good. She has to be used well. She has to be booked well. She has to be programmed well. But this is a big positive for AEW having her. Now, bringing her back on the pre-show, I don't know. That's not going to cause someone to buy the pay-per-view, I wouldn't think. Right? I mean, that's not really a
Well, if you wanted to buy it to see Jamie Hayter,
Yeah.
you just saw her.
You just saw her. You don't have to pay. So, any thoughts on any of this?
No.
What did you think of Brian Cage and Sammy Guevara both being dressed like Wolverine?
Oh, I
on opposite teams, they had the same.
Possible.
They had the same exact colors, the same exact. Like they were both dressed like Wolverine.
Well, they're all dressing up as later on the Buckaroos were Sergeant Pepper.
Right, but it wasn't Sergeant Pepper against Sergeant Pepper. There were Wolverines on different teams.
I see your point, but they should have compared notes. But you're competing Wolverines. You know what? If they'd have added that to the fucking match, it would have probably been more interesting.
What, actual Wolverines?
Actual Wolverines, one on each side. But they got to be tagged in legally.
What do you think of Jamie Hayter returning, though?
Well, again, you know, it would have been nice if it was a big, important thing that had been dramatically foreshadowed and built up instead of her coming out on the pre-show and beating up a bunch of family members of someone. And bleh, I mean, they liked it because she was local, but it wasn't like it set the world on fire.
You know, for all the, like I said before, all the bad things in AEW women's division, there's Anna Jay, there's Jamie Hayter, there's Willow Nightingale, there's Chris Statlander. You know, I want to put someone like Julia Hart or Sky Blue as far as potential is to be on the list, but, you know.
Where did they go?
They got hurt. That's the issue.
Oh,
how many
Jesus
of these
Christ.
women just constantly get hurt versus the ones who, I mean, that's a wrestling-wide problem. It's not just about the women, but it happens to them a lot. And but there are some promising things with the AEW women's division right now.
Promises.
Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
What in the world are you?
Is that an invite?
You're starting to watch the women's division over there for reasons other than their technical prowess and expertise.
Real quick before we move on, I think she was on one of their shows this past week, so I had it on in the background. It must have been Collision, so it definitely, or maybe it was Rampage, I don't even know. But I wanted to watch it to see, like, okay, let me really watch her, like, work with whoever it was. I don't even remember who the opponent was, because I turned it off after this. She came out on the stage, and, you know, she looks good, a very attractive woman. She starts doing a dance. It didn't end. It was like, it was just a routine she was doing on the stage, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And then I started thinking, like, when did wrestling become, okay, what is your stage dance going to be? But I turned the channel. I didn't see the match.
Well, but at least you saw the dance.
Some of it. It chased me off.